everybody. Good to see you again. So let's talk about the square between the Sun and Uranus in Synastry today, what this bad boy brings. So this is a difficult aspect because, first of all, it's a square. And then we have what the Sun and Uranus are, which are actually naturally in opposition to each other. So they're in a natural opposition relationship. We have them in an accidental square relationship here, which adds to the friction. The Sun person tends to see the Uranus person as often being wrong or needing to be guided, corrected. They have ideas about how and who the Uranus person is. The Uranus person does not respond to this well. Because Uranus is where we want to be free, where we are acting out liberation. And when we are criticized or we are told what to do or how to be better, it doesn't go over well. That Uranian function has us wanting often to go in the opposite direction. We can become very contrary. This create a lot of contrary responses in the Uranus person that the Sun person just finds extraordinarily irritating, because they were irritated to begin with by the Uranus person, and they brought that up to the Uranus person. Now the Uranus person is irritating them more. So it can be a vicious loop of irritation with this particular square. If we have quite a bit of tension in the relationship, and then we also have this square, it can bring up quite a lot of arguing. We can even get into some fights with each other because we just feel like we're not allowed to be ourselves. We aren't appreciated for the naturalness of ourselves. And if we have to walk on eggshells to keep the other person from having a problem with us, that's going to require a lot of energy. So we don't get the casual enjoyment of just being who we are with the difficult aspects between Sun and Uranus, like we can with the easy aspects, or we just get to let it all hang out and just be appreciated for whatever that might be. Not the case with the square, because we don't appreciate how the other person is. So it just doesn't make us want to be friendly, and we really do get into quite a lot of arguments with each other when we are not appreciated for who we are, not appreciating the other person for who they are. And the nitpicking, the fault finding that we can do with each other, it just gets way blown up with this square. We will have a proportion problem in the relationship when it comes to the criticisms or the things that we find wrong with each other. So we really have to practice tolerance. That's what we're lacking with this particular aspect. We are lacking the ability to just let the other person be as they are, because we think that they need a correction. And as the Sun person, the Uranus person needs a correction. And then how do we respond to that as the Uranus person? Negatively. And often we're going to resist. So rather than working with each other, this is an aspect that has us often working against each other. And if we can understand who the person really is, and that they aren't like us and they don't have to be like us, and we can appreciate how they do things and their own ways, that could go a long way towards taking the friction out of this. But it's tolerance, actual tolerance, that we have to develop for each other. We have to really understand that the person is not going to do things the way that we do. They're not going to respond the way that we do. And to tolerate, because we won't be able to bless, but to tolerate what responses and behaviors they do have without changing that. Uranus is where we do not respond well to being forced, or to being told what to do, or to have pressure on us to change. So the more that the Sun person reinforces their negative view of the Uranus person, the more alienated the Uranus person is going to become, the more of a chasm that is going to build between the two people. So the lesson is to allow each other to be as you are and to accept each other as you are without modifications. If we can do that, then we can work with this. So hope that was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com, Facebook, and Instagram, other social media at Truth and Aspect Astrology. And I am offering for a brief time a subscriber option on my website and entry into ongoing courses, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday course, all different courses, and we will be having Asteroid Club opening next month. That's really exciting. Well, we'll explore a different asteroid every week, and these are live classes. You can join live, you can just pick up the audio, it's up to you. So check out my website for more information about that, and I will be back super soon with more videos.